Hi, and welcome to section 6.6, discounts and markups. So the other day we talked about the fact that a discount was a decrease in the original price of an item, and that markup was what, in order to make a profit, stores charge more than what they pay for the item. So if they buy something for $5, they're going to mark it up a certain percent so they can afford to pay their rent and their employees. So discount, I'm going to kind of give you a formula for this. I'm going to explain a little bit more in a moment, but the discounted price is equal to the original amount minus, because we're subtracting, the original amount times the percent off, or the discount, or whatever. Okay, so this formula will help you a little bit in your homework to sort of figure out how to solve some problems, and we'll talk about this a little bit. Okay, so finding a sales price. So if you have a pair of shorts that are $35, what is the sales price? So first you find the discount. So we're going to use the percent formula for this. So the part is equal to, oops, this thing came up. We can make that, okay. So the part is equal to the percent times the whole. Well, we don't know what the part is, but we do know that the percent is 25. And we're multiplying that by 35. And if we multiply that out, it turns out that it is $8.75. Now, that is the amount that you're discounting the shorts by. That's not how much they cost. This is only 25% of the 35. You have to pay for the rest. Remember, I said that the formula was the original amount minus the original amount times the percent off. So this number right here is actually this number. So we're going to go back down here, and we're going to say the sales price is equal to the original price, which is $35, minus the discount, which is $8.75, and this is going to give us $26.25. Now there's another way we can think about this instead of using that big formula, but you might need that big formula for some of the homework. It depends upon what you're trying to figure out. So if I have a pair of shorts and they're $35, and we know that 25% of the 35 is equal to $8.75. We also know that if I add that to 26.25, that will give me $35. Well, that $35 is 100% of 35, right? Because 100% is 1, and 1 times 35 is equal to 35. So what percent of 35 is 26.25? Well, if we look at these numbers and say, well, if those two numbers equals 35, and that's the whole, and this is 25%, how do I get to 100%? Well, it turns out that is 75%. So I can think of trying to figure out what this number is by saying I'm going to pay 75% of the 35. In this case, we were finding out what the discount was and subtracting it. So saying 25% of 35 is this discounted price that we subtract from the original. Or we can just multiply 35 by 0.75 and get the actual price that we're going to pay. So let's see how that would work. So in this case, in method 2, you would take 100% and subtract the discounted percent, which would leave you with 75%, which is the amount of the percent of the original price that you're going to pay. So then you would take 75, and you would multiply it by 35, and you would end up getting 26.25, which is the amount that you would have to pay. So on your own, why don't you do that, then pause it and see what you get. Hi, welcome back. So the original price of a skateboard is $50. And the sales price is a 20% discount. Well, I can say 50 and then 50 times 0.2, right? Remember the original is the original formula is, or the original subtract the original times the discount. So that would give me 50. 50 times 0.2 is 10, so that would give me $40. Or I could say 20%, or 100 minus 20% is 80%, and I could say 0.8 times 50, and that would also give me $40. So you could do it either way. Okay, now let's talk about how to find an original price. If we knew that shoes were 40% off and they now cost $35, so our percent is equal to 40%, and our discounted price, or the we can think of that as the part, is equal to $33. So remember the other day we were talking about knowing if you knew what the discounted price was, and I think it was 22 something or other, and we didn't know what this was, but we knew that the discount was 30%, and we said, well, this is 70% of 22, it will give us what this is. So let's rewrite this so that it makes sense. So we're going to say $33 is 60%. Now, where did the 60 come from? Well, we want to say that 33 is 60% of the original price. This is very much like we were figuring out in the previous problem. Okay. And we get the 60 by saying, well, we know that $33 is a percentage off of the original price. And in order to do that, we need to know what this percent is. Remember, 100 minus 40% gives us the 60%. So 33 is the part, so 33 is equal to 0.6 times the whole amount, which we don't know. So we divide both sides by 6. We end up with $55 is the original price. Okay, we're going to talk now about the markup. So markup is very much like discounts. The markup price is equal to the original price, and since it's a markup, we're going to add it to the original. Oops, I got an I in there. Original price times the percentage of markup. So if we have 20% of our markup is 20% of the 70, well, that's our original price is 70, plus 70 the original price times 0.2. 70 times 0.2 is 14.70. So the store is going to charge $84 for the bicycle. And this method is using a ratio table to find the selling price, which is 120%. So you would take the 20% and add it to 100% to give you 120%. So you could say 120% of 70 would give you 84. You can use a ratio table to do it. I actually didn't really do this in the classroom, so I really would think about it this way. So do the two on your own, pause me, and come back and see how you did. So welcome back. So the discount price on a DVD is 50%. It is on sale for $10. What is the original price of the DVD? Well, we know that the $10 is the part, because we don't know what the original price is. And that is equal to 50, because 100 minus 50% is 50%. So we're paying 50% of the original price. And we don't know what that is, so W. Divide both sides by 0.5. And the whole amount is $20. So if a store pays $75 for an aquarium and the markup is 20%, what is the selling price? Well, it is 75 plus 75 times the markup percent, which is 0.2. And that will give us 75 times 0.2. Gives me $15. So 75 plus 15 gives me $90. So the aquarium would be $90. So that is discounts and markups. I'll see you in class.